WA recorded 1179 new COVID cases overnight, with the number of hospitalisations crawling from 11 to 16. Premier Mark McGowan said having 16 people in hospital was a terrific outcome, adding that it was great to have no one in ICU. Of the 1179 cases, 673 were identified from self-reported rapid antigen tests, and 506 were from PCR testing. It brings the total number of active cases to 5,994, which equates to more than half of WA's total COVID recordings since the beginning of the pandemic. Your cookie settings are preventing this third-party content from displaying. If you'd like to view this content, please adjust your cookie settings. To find out more about how we use cookies, please see our cookie guide. Mr. McGowan put the low hospitalisation rate down to WA's high vaccination rate. About 64% of West Aussies are now triple jabbed. The daily toll has been climbing slowly over the past 6 weeks, with Tuesday's number just 39 more than Monday's. The Premier said WA would hit 2,500 daily cases by the end of this week. Mr. McGowan announced on Monday that WA would enter into Stage 2 public health measures on Thursday. "I know it's not easy and I don't enjoy doing it," he said. Your cookie settings are preventing this third-party content from displaying. If you'd like to view this content, please adjust your cookie settings. To find out more about how we use cookies, please see our cookie guide. The restrictions include mask mandates for children as young as 8 inside classrooms. Mr. McGowan said by making masks compulsory, none of the children would be classified as close contacts if a pupil tested positive. He said this would allow children and staff continue to go to school and avoid some of the disruption that is occurring where entire year groups have been sidelined. Particularly, you've seen in other states where large numbers of schools were closed, parents have to take time off work, nurses can't go to work in hospitals, Mr. McGowan said. The Premier became defensive when asked whether the mask mandates for children were more about the isolation requirements and reducing the need to furlough workers, as opposed to scientific evidence about reducing illness. Your cookie settings are preventing this third-party content from displaying. If you'd like to view this content, please adjust your cookie settings. To find out more about how we use cookies, please see our cookie guide. "That's not what I said," he replied. "The evidence is that children can be spreaders of the virus, and while they don't get as sick as adults, they can be significant spreaders of the virus." Mr. McGowan was also questioned why community sporting clubs will be banned from having any spectators, while big stadiums such as Optus can still seat 30,000 for the Round 1 AFL match. Your cookie settings are preventing this third-party content from displaying. If you'd like to view this content, please adjust your cookie settings. To find out more about how we use cookies, please see our cookie guide. He rubbished claims it had anything to do with money and insisted the restrictions had been designed to assist small businesses. Mr. McGowan said he had saved thousands and thousands of cafes, bars and restaurants from some pretty debilitating restrictions by not yet enforcing the 4SQM rule. "So that's a good thing," he said.